JOHNCORABI recently spoke with the CHUTE podcast. The interview touched upon band dysfunctions and lead singer disease, also known as LSD. John gave details of his time in Motley Crue and Ratt, stating that NIKKI, SIXX, and Tommy Lee were constantly bashing singer Vince Neil. John explained,
There was quite a bit of Vince bashing at rehearsals, and when I say Vince bashing, it was just, like one of the reasons why we took a year to record the album or to write the album. They just wanted to take time to make sure that they call it LSD, lead singer disease, that I wasn't going to turn into an asshole. So we would do shit, but we would do shit together. Like, I remember one time right after the guys bought me a Harley, we used to take it to this place that serviced, it was in like Thousand Oaks, and we would take it to this little motorcycle shop that NIKKI and Tommy turned me on to. And a lot of Hell's Angels guys and stuff would go to this guy. And we wound up doing this charity run up to Yosemite National Forest. Was literally like 5 or 6 hours up. We hung out for the weekend, 5 or 6 hours back. And we would do shit like that. And they just wanted to see how I interacted with people, how I treated people, and they used to just tell me these horror stories about Vince's behavior. Now, as a side note, as an asterisk, I've met Vince.
Yeah, you guys sang together.
Yeah, he's been nothing but cool to me.
Yeah.
He's never been an asshole to me, ever. So I really have nothing to base this on. This was just what they were telling me.
Right.
So I just, it was just them telling me like these horror stories. Tommy would go, yeah, dude, it was crazy, man. Back when we were touring, we were taking buses, like Vince would pull chicks out of the audience, and then he'd go into the back lounge and he'd lock the door so nobody could use the lounge but him. And he would just be back there fucking chicks, and we all had chicks that we wanted to fuck, and like, we couldn't, and there was no like band consideration there. He didn't, care. But that's what they told me. Okay, and whatever. So we used to just, again, I'd never met the guy up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't have a bad story to say about the guy. I would just literally sit there and they would just tell me these stories, and I'd be like, holy shit, seriously? Well, oh, fuck, he said that, or he did that, or he punched somebody, and they're like, yeah, dude, whatever. So I was just like, oh, okay, great, awesome. Like, fuck, whatever. So they took a year to make sure that I wouldn't turn into, in their words, another problem or another ass. When we were doing that interview, for example, with MTV, just the down talking of Vince, I didn't agree with it, because I kind of felt like you're drawing a line in the sand and you're making the fans choose. You're either on our side or his side. And I didn't agree with it, but I was just like, obviously these guys have been so fucking over the top. It's really nothing for them to throw MTV out of the fucking rehearsal room. They obviously know what they do. They've been doing this for, at that point, it was, 15 years. Because I remember seeing shit, even with Van Halen. There was some things on MTV of, it's like Eddie, God rest his soul, him and Mike Anthony in a bathroom next to a urinal and one of them flushed a urinal, and they said, "Hey, what does this sound remind you of?" And they flushed their urinal, and one of them said, "Oh, it's David Lee Roth singing." So they were, and I'm kind of at the old school. Like, if you've got nothing good to say, just don't say anything. Just keep your mouth shut.
It sounds like that stuff is really common. Like, you also experienced that when you were in Ratt, and like that's kind of cool that you took that job and you're like, I just want like to be like, you don't want to be in charge of the record sales and have to worry about all that stuff. And you just got to play guitar, but you had to deal with you had to kind of witness a lot of the bickering and stuff in that band, where you said something like where you just would go and get a sandwich and you'd come back and they'd still be bickering.
Yeah, that was, it's funny. Like, I understand the battles within a band.
Yeah.
And it happens. Listen, we're married, and when you're in any relationship, you're going to say left, and sometimes your partner, whether it's in a band or marriage or business, whatever, they're going to go, no, we need to go right. And then you got to sort it out, find that gray area. And I truly believe in that, in life, you know what I mean? And it was just weird. I just felt like I should have been a little more assertive and said, guys, seriously, stop with the bullshit with Vince. And whatever, that's water under the bridge. You can't really do it. But the things with, it was funny to me, like Motley, even when they got back together, are still kind of dysfunctional when you look at all the shit that's happened between Tommy and Vince since they all got back together. So there's an element of dysfunction that I don't understand. If it's working and the fans are enjoying it, then fucking make it work. You know what I mean? Whatever. And that was the thing. Like, I can truly sit here and say, as quirky as all the guys in Ratt are, they've all got a little nuance to them that I just used to sit there and sort out, and it's like, okay, when I'm talking to Bobby, I got to talk to Bobby this way. And when I talk to Warren, I got to talk to Warren this way. And then when I talk to Steven, I got to talk to Steven this way. And you sort it out. And I'm still able to get my point across, but like it was so, the element of dysfunction with those three guys when I was in the band, Robbie Crane and I would just sit there and just go, fuck. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And they would just sit there and bicker amongst the three about, and it's just it's a silly thing, but, in their own way, I feel like all three of those guys are just walking around with their dick out going, mine's bigger. I'm, you know what I mean? I'm the reason why everybody comes to see this band. And it's like, dude, they're coming to see the band, not Steven, not Warren, not Bobby. It's all of you guys together. It's Ratt.
Thank you for tuning in, and please hit that like button. It's appreciated. Make sure that you subscribe for more rock-related content.